What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be talking about 5 tips to help wide receivers never drop a pass again. Let's get started. So guys, tip number 1 is to not let the nose of the football cross your nose when you are catching the ball. So what do I mean by that? So obviously the nose of the football is like where this white stripe is in this portion of the football. So whenever you're catching, a lot of times, especially when a quarterback is throwing you like a bullet pass, maybe a harder pass, a lot of receivers' hands will be on like the fat of the football. They're letting the nose of the football cross their nose, and that's why it goes through their hands oftentimes. So what you want to focus on doing is catching the point of the ball. Couple analogies that I'll tell my wide receivers is catch the white stripe, keep your nose behind the football, or just focus on the points of the ball. A great drill that I do with a lot of my receivers, you can see kind of on this football, I'll put numbers on all 4 quadrants of the football. So I'll put the number 1 on this side, then on the other side I'll put the number 2. So what that does is, like when they catch the ball, they have to verbally call out what number that they see, either 1 or 2. So that helps you focus on the nose of the ball, not letting it cross your face, which is one of the main reasons that receivers will drop a pass. Now fellas, before we get into the rest of this video, if you're a wide receiver or quarterback watching this and you would like to train with myself and my staff of coaches, we are traveling out to 15 different cities across the entire country for 2-day-long QB and wide receiver training camps this offseason, you guys. We're going to be heading out to San Francisco, California, Orlando, Florida, Phoenix, Arizona, Columbia, South Carolina, Seattle, Washington, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Nashville, Tennessee, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Austin, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Denver, Colorado. Then we'll be heading out to Columbus, Ohio, Boston, Massachusetts, Salt Lake City, Utah, and finishing it off in Los Angeles, California. So guys, if you want to attend one of those 15 camps that we are having or coming to a city local to you, check out that very first link in the description below. Again, very first link in the description below. It's where you can sign up, get all the information. We limit spots, so spots will start to fill up. Spots are already starting to fill up, and some of our camps are almost sold out. We only have like 3 spots left in a few different camps. So guys, make sure you take advantage of the fact that we have open spots. Very first link in that description below. Let's get back to this video. So fellas, the next tip is going to have the correct hand placement. So anytime that the ball is above your waist, I would say, maybe above your belly button. If it's below your belly button, like kind of at your waist, you could flip your hands, but think of it like you're on a clock, right? So like a big clock, 12 is at the top, 6 is at the bottom. Anywhere from 9 to 3 o'clock, you want your hands to be in that diamond position where your thumb and your index are almost touching. Anything in that general range, that's when you want to be in that diamond. Anything below 9 and 3 o'clock, that's when you want to flip your hands. So below your belly button, you flip your hands and you have your pinkies connected. A lot of times what receivers will do is when that ball is thrown like at their chest, they'll have their hands flipped. And what that will cause to have happen is that nose of the football, like we already talked about, will cross your nose and the ball goes through the middle of your hands. Other thing is when it's below your waist, guys will have this hand position. So it's almost like they're pressing the football down and away from themselves. So guys, just make sure you have the correct hand position so you can receive the ball. Over the shoulder passes, when the ball is thrown, like let's say over your outside shoulder, same thing as a low pass, have your pinkies almost touching as close as you possibly can so you can look that ball in and it doesn't go through the middle of your hands. Now guys, tip number 3 is going to be strengthening your grip, and this is going to help you with 50-50 jump ball catches and catches in traffic. So what can you do to strengthen your grip? So an exercise called a fingertip push-up, where you're doing essentially push-ups. If you can't do like normal push-ups or you're not kneeling down with fingertips just in the ground, do them kneeling, but that will strengthen your hands tremendously. Another exercise, carry 2 heavy dumbbells. We call that a farmer's carry. Walk for like 30 yards, maybe do that 4 times. Anything that's going to strengthen your grip is going to help you with like a jump ball, right? So if you go up for a jump ball, you and a DB, it's on you to go up with a strong grip and rip it from the DB, so that helps. And then obviously when you're in traffic and you catch the ball and somebody's hitting you, somebody's swatting at your arms, having a strong grip will help you secure that ball. So many times receivers will drop the ball because they're allowing a DB to make a play because they go up soft or over their middle, they don't have that strong grip. Yes, you want to have soft hands. Yes, the ball should hit this area called the webbing of your hands, not the palms, not your fingertips, this area in between. But if your grip is stronger, it makes you much more confident in that specific position. Now, tip number 4 has to do with those jump ball catches and catches over the middle, catches in traffic, and that is being violent to the tuck. So a lot of times receivers will catch the ball over the middle, they do what they need to do, but as they're turning upfield, they hold this ball away from themselves. A DB who's on your hip, a linebacker crashing down who's going to hit you is going to cause the ball to knock out, even if you have a strong grip, but you don't put it violently away to the tuck. So you're over the middle, you catch the ball, I want it to be violent to the tuck. You go out for a jump ball and you take it from the DB, DBs make their money on the way down. So you hold it away from yourself on the way down, he's gonna hit that ball out. So we need to catch it, bring it violently to the tuck when we're in a jump ball situation or a contested catch situation. Now guys, if you focus on all the tips that I've just given you, but you do not rep it out consistently, none of this stuff matters. So tip number 5 is gonna be repetition with an actual quarterback or doing solo hand-eye coordination drills that you could do with a tennis ball. So there is no better substitute to work on your hands than going out to the field with your quarterback and trying to catch anywhere from 50 to 100 balls. So guys, like, you know, even if you're just warming up and you just play catch with the quarterback, catch 10 here, 10 to the side, 10 to the other side, 10 low, 10 low. That's 50 catches right there. And that's just a warm up, you guys. And then you could get into the actual route where you're having to catch while moving on a deep ball, pass over the middle, whatever the case may be. Now I'm aware that a lot of you guys may not have the luxury to go out with a quarterback. Maybe you live in an area where it snows all the damn time. Maybe you live in an area where, you know, like maybe you don't know a lot of quarterbacks. Maybe you're transferring to a school. They don't want to come out and train with you. You could always do stuff with some tennis balls. Go buy some tennis balls at Dick's Sporting Goods or wherever. What you could do is face a wall, shut your eyes, throw the tennis ball off the wall. When you hear it hit the wall, open your eyes, catch one-handed, and do 50 reps on the right, 50 reps on the left. Stand with your back to a wall. Have your eyes forward. Toss the tennis ball over your head. When you hear it hit the wall, look up and track it to work on over-the-shoulder ability. You could do 50, 50, 50, 50. That's 200 reps just right there of a solo tennis ball drills. Just 2 specific drills. There are many other drills that you guys could look up on YouTube, but that's what I would do. That's what you need to do. If you want to get better hands, it takes repetition and you have to rep out those specific skills.